I can't. I can't. Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably gonna get you f***ed up.
Because Lamont Roach can fight, and he thinks he's going to see the better Gervonta Davis, come out this time. I certainly hope we do.
Gervonta Davis confidently says he will beat Lamont Roach in the rematch and doesn't believe there's any chance of an upset. To prove how sure he is, Davis has placed a $5 million bet on knocking Roach out, showing that he fully trusts his skills and isn't worried about what the public thinks.
Beat his ass for y'all
do
talk.
I don't give a
f***. Man, be quiet.
I don't give a f*** y'all was quiet. If y'all was loud,
got the whole hood over there,
about.
like twist it up. I don't give a f*** about none of that.
Y'all can do whatever y'all want. My mother, he can't stop nothing over here.
None of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna f*** him up.
Not at all. Never. Nothing's gonna get f***ed up over here. What do I look like getting f***ed up?
Okay.
That ain't never gonna stop nothing over here.
And he gonna pay for it. I guarantee he pay for it.
I can't.
I guarantee it.
Calm down. Calm down, brother.
Come to the fight. Come to the fight.
They probably gonna get you f***ed up. Look, fool. Hey, fool. This me and you, fool. This me and you, fool.
Tank.
This me and you, fool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them. They might get you. They gonna trick you off your spot. They gonna trick you off your spot, fool. Don't worry about them.
Come on, stop. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. So stop it. Y'all gonna make it hard for him. That's what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make it hard for him.
The hype around this rematch reminds fans of Floyd Mayweather's first fight with Marcos Maidana. In that bout, Maidana did well, and many thought he might win the rematch. But Floyd came back with a better plan and clearly beat Maidana the second time. A similar story could happen with Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. Roach looked better in their first fight, and many now believe he can win. But Davis is good at learning from his mistakes, and this rematch gives him a chance to turn things around.
YouTube, we're back again with some more boxing news in the boxing world. Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach for the rematch is on the horizon. It will be happening this year, and it will be happening very, very soon. This is the thing, YouTube. If y'all agree with me on what I'm about to tell y'all, I want y'all to throw the thumbs up, because this is what's gonna happen. If y'all remember the Mayweather and Maidana match, where everybody thought Maidana beat Mayweather in the first match when they fought each other, like he dominated him, he beat him. Same thing goes here. Lamont Roach, everybody's saying that he dominated Gervonta Davis, but this is not going to happen in the rematch. Gervonta Davis is going to dominate Lamont Roach. If y'all agree with me on what I'm telling y'all, this is just like the Mayweather-Maidana fight. I'm trying to tell you. Lamont Roach is going to lose in the rematch, and that's a guarantee. That's not a prediction. That is a spoiler. If y'all agree with me, throw a thumbs up. And if you ain't got Eat Up Keeps the News, subscribe.
After the close and controversial result of their first fight, Gervonta Davis made big changes to his training camp. He hired a new coach to help improve his skills and bring more focus to his routine. This move wasn't just about boxing. It was also personal, helping him block out distractions and stay fully focused. Davis wants to fix every mistake that gave Roach an advantage last time. His new training methods show he's serious about making a comeback, not just showing up. He's now training hard and getting ready for anything that might happen in the ring.
Yo, what's going on, fight fans? Check it out. It looks like Gervonta Davis has a new coach. Now, this is Coach Mustafa. He's a well-known coach down in the Atlanta area, and it looks like he's starting to train with him. I know he has that upcoming rematch coming up. It looks like it's slated for June. Now, this coach is known for his working on timing, precision, accuracy. Those are some of the things that this coach is well known for. He's also been training Tevin Farmer for his past 2 fights. Now, what does this mean for Tank? Is he leaving Coach Kyle and Coach Kenny, or adding Coach Mustafa to the team? Is it smart to switch trainers so close to a fight? Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below.
This isn't just another fight. It's the most talked about rematch of the year. Lamont Roach is the only fighter in recent memory who really pushed Gervonta Davis. Their first fight left fans wondering if Roach got lucky or if he's actually the better fighter. This rematch is expected to give clear answers. People want to see if Roach can do even better or if Davis will take back control. Both fighters understand what's at stake. It's not just about winning, but also about reputation, legacy, and pride.
Promoter Gary Jonas shed some light on the negotiations for the rematch. While he didn't give too many details, Jonas did say that the second bout between Davis and Roach Jr. is all but finalized. Let's hear what he got to say right now.
Important question on everyone's mind. How close is the rematch? How big will it be? How close is it to getting done?
Very close. It's in my mind, it's a done deal, but there are formalities, but it's a done deal and it's not far off.
Lamont Roach leads with calmness, faith, and strong determination. Unlike many fighters, he doesn't show off or talk big before a fight. Instead, he lets his hard work do the talking. He trains with full focus, trusts his preparation, and believes his journey is guided by a higher power. Even as he gets more attention, his mindset stays steady. This inner strength has helped him overcome tough times and reach the top. Roach is not only ready physically, but also mentally and spiritually.
Who am I here with today? Lamont Roach Jr. I don't know who you are, man. What do you do for a living? And I box. How long have you been boxing for? I've been boxing since I was 9 years old, so 20 years. How old were you when you made your first million? I was 29. You made some money. What's the best piece of advice about money you've received throughout your career? Save that money gonna save you. Has there ever been one experience where you spent too much money than you thought you should have, that you regret? That I regret? No, but there's been a lot of times where I shouldn't have spent as much money as I did. Is there one piece of advice that now that you've been boxing for a couple of years, you could tell your younger self about boxing? My advice to my younger self would be keep going. You're gonna end up exactly where you're supposed to be at, as long as you work hard, put your faith in God, and you just keep pushing. What made you really stand out as a boxer? My hard work, determination to be the best. Is there one boxer that you think inspires you the most with your play style? I take bits and pieces from all boxers, even some of my opponents and stuff like that. Anyone specifically? No, not necessarily. What keeps you motivated to keep pushing hard still? It's definitely hard for me to give up because I know what's at stake. I know what can happen. I know what can happen with hard work. But if I ever feel like giving up, my motivation would be my son, my family, the ones who behind me 100%. They've been down at the bottom with me, so they coming up top with me. Where can they find you on social media, man? 101X. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, bro.
The trash talk has grown, but in the end, words won't matter once the bell rings. The rematch is where everything becomes clear. Reputations will be made or broken in the ring. All the online debates and interviews won't mean anything when the punches start flying. This fight will settle everything. Fans, critics, and both teams have their opinions. But what truly counts is what happens during the fight. When it's all over, the better man will be obvious to everyone.
Know when is the rematch gonna happen at this point, because I'm not gonna lie, for it to be a whole month later and y'all still arguing over who actually won, it's just really like, okay, yeah, run it back, because we got to go ahead and settle this, squabble this up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say neither fighter in here is shitty, okay, because after the fight I seen on March 1st, yeah, they both was tagging shit, both getting up with each other, okay? I feel like this is the perfect match. If anybody's gonna do a rematch, you need to be down, period. And Gervonta was stinging him. I'm not gonna lie, he was stinging him. Great fight for him. But I'm not gonna lie, he came out knowing what he was trying to do. Y'all have to give it to him. Like, y'all just be hating, okay? Y'all can't get in the ring and fucking fight. Y'all just be hating. At least I'm giving them no day props, okay? Because Gervonta had a great fight. Don't get me wrong. My money was on him. But I think what messed him up was the fact that when he came out, y'all know he usually be 2 steps ahead. He was 3 steps ahead. I feel like he already had Tank figured out. And he definitely was not expecting that. And him, on the other hand, I think he came in really having something to prove. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like, it was a really good fight, and I feel like this is how I see it. In the beginning of the fight, he was stinking, back to back, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the fight, that's when he finally kicked it up. But I seen consistency through him through the whole fight. Not gonna lie, like, so I just feel like the rematch should happen because never know. He might, now that he was 3 steps ahead, become 8 steps ahead, and he might really knock his butt down. But at the end of the day, it's like, we need this rematch because I don't think this is ever gonna be a dispute that is settled and, you know, officially he won, he lost until they fight. Like, we gotta see it.
After dealing with doubt and criticism, Gervonta Davis is stepping into the ring with something to prove. People have questioned his focus, hunger, and sharpness, and that has only pushed him to train harder. He's working non-stop to dominate this fight and show everyone he's far from being past his best. Davis knows that critics look for any weakness, so he's making sure to fix every mistake Roach took advantage of last time. His training camp is focused, serious, and full of energy. Davis isn't just looking for a win, he wants to make a strong statement.
Everybody really think Tank go take the L. I've been seeing it. They said it's over. They think that this time Lamont go in more confident, knowing that basically he can, really take it to Tank. Yeah, I want him to go in there confident. He's very skilled. Go in there confident because you gonna go up against a different Tank. Like I told y'all in previous videos, he go in there confident, thinking he could walk Tank down. Don't forget, with Tank, if he get you on that button, them lights going off. I don't care who you is. Remember how it ended up with Frank Martin? So yeah, don't go in there thinking that you going against like somebody that, like Ryan Garcia, somebody that's gonna fold. You going against Gervonta Tank Davis. And I think that confidence is what's gonna get Lamont dropped. Because one thing I will say, with Tank, that wasn't your best fight against Lamont, bro. I feel like you was in your head too much, you was overconfident, and you was really just, your mind was in y'all story, the lore and everything with y'all history. You ain't going there like, I'm fighting a stranger. You going there like, oh, this Lamont, this from the same camp, we from the same area. But now I think that whole situation woke him up, because you got to think, Tank not used to losing. He not used to people being against him. He not used to being the one that like got to step back from a situation. That's why I think he being hushed right now, because when he come this time, it ain't no talking. And that's why I think it's scary, because we never see Tank in that mode where he don't say a word. I think this will be a different Tank. And what's crazy is Tank used to be like that in the beginning, like when he was with Floyd. Like, I'm talking about Tank with the fade, with the waves, bro. He ain't used to be on that showboat and stuff until he got, like, a little bit more in the boxing, thing. Of course, once you with Floyd, you gonna start being flashy and doing backflips off the ring. But in his beginning stages, dude wasn't playing. He was dropping I think that's what he about to go to, bro. And we know that people like, man, did he take Calvin off his team? Nah, like he said, Calvin, his boy. I think he's just rocking with somebody else right now to get him some sharper skills, to change up his skill and what people know him by. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I think Tank go take it to Lamont. And that's not me being biased. I think we ain't ever seen Tank like this before.
Roach has stayed fully focused and disciplined while getting ready for the rematch. He knows how serious this fight is and still respects the danger Davis brings. Instead of getting overconfident after his last performance, Roach sees this as a whole new battle. He's staying sharp, studying Davis's changes and preparing for anything that might happen. This shows how mature and mentally strong he is. Meanwhile, Keyshawn Davis brought up an interesting point. He questioned whether Gervonta still has the same passion for boxing, suggesting his hunger might be fading. On the other hand, Roach looks more motivated than ever. If Davis is unsure or less focused, that could give Roach a mental advantage. The difference between one fighter rising and the other possibly slowing down makes this rematch even more intense and unpredictable.
Do you think he wins that rematch with Lamont Roach?
I don't know, honestly. I really don't know. It's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. I don't know, honestly. I really don't know.
Does a lot of it hinge on Gervonta and like which version he shows up with? And no disrespect to Roach, but you know what I mean.
No, that is disrespectful to Roach, and like y'all fight fans gotta realize that is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, he in there fighting another grown man that ain't going for none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think Roach is gonna come with another game plan or something better or this, that, and third? So when they had a rematch, are y'all still gonna say, oh, Take's still not his full self ever since he fought whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, Roach is a hell of a fighter. He proved he was a hell of a fighter, so he need to get that credit. He's a hell of a fighter. I don't know who's gonna win that rematch. I honestly feel like Tank is losing love for the sport, or he lost the love for the sport and he's no longer hungry anymore.
Well, that's what I was getting at.
Yet you got a guy that's just super hungry and never had no attention, now getting all his attention, and now he get around two of his attention. Is like, shit, that's kind of hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Tank is he's still a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's 50-50. And to your point, we were saying, okay, he lost love of the sport. I don't really think Canelo got the same love he had for the sport when he was coming up.
Davis has added Kenny Ellis, a well-known and respected trainer, to his team to fix any weaknesses in his game. Ellis is known for his strict training, sharp focus on details, and helping fighters stay mentally strong. With Ellis guiding him, Davis is fixing his mistakes, improving his stamina, and sharpening his thinking in the ring. It's not just about physical training. Ellis is helping Davis stay smart and focused under pressure. Their strong teamwork might be the key to Davis getting back to the top. This new version of Davis is more focused, more organized, and more dangerous.
One of the best trainers in boxing, second guy in the corner, is responsible for a lot of the real tactical decisions and tactical analysis that goes on in Gervonta Davis's corner. So you have Coach Calvin, and Coach Calvin is the head trainer, and you have Coach Kenny, who really specializes on preparing game plans specifically for opponents. So to have him talk about what's going on with Lamont Roach, I thought was interesting and insightful, because what he said was that, one, he's not falling for the okie doke. When Mill City asked him, hey, what do you think about the fact that, that Lamont Roach was seen at a basketball game chugging a beer? And I would have added to the question that you see Lamont Roach out giving a bunch of interviews, doing the interview circuit, right? Kind of being a little bit out of character leading into the rematch. Do you think, and this is what Mill City asked, do you think that is something you guys are taking in consideration in preparation for the fight? And what Kenny Ellis said was, look, man, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We know what Lamont Roach brings to the table. And he says that Lamont Roach is, we're not believing that he's out there drinking or blowing up a bunch of weight and all of that. He says what most people say, hey, we're going to prepare for the best version of Lamont Roach that is going to, that'll come for us. But the way that he saw the fight coming out was he said he sees it like the fight before, a lot of really crisp shots landing.
In the first fight, Davis showed some surprising weaknesses. He looked slow, lost energy early, and wasn't as sharp as expected. Roach used those openings to take control of the fight. That version of Davis didn't seem fully ready, either physically or mentally. Now, the rematch gives him a chance to change that image and prove it was just a bad night, not a sign of decline. Davis actually started strong in the first fight, landing clean shots and moving well, showing that his skills are still there. But as the fight went on, his performance dropped. Experts like Ennis believe those early rounds prove Davis still has what it takes. He just needs to keep that level from start to finish. If he can stay strong all the way through, Roach will be facing a much tougher version of Davis this time.
This draw with Lamont Roach, people looking at it as controversial because of the whole knee. What'd you think of the fight?
It was a great fight. I had it 7-5 Tank, or you can make it the draw. But I feel like Lamont, he did good. He did a great job, actually. I just don't think he did enough to pull it off. And I feel like people was overlooking what Tank was doing in the first 5-6 rounds. He was boxing and frustrating him a little bit. But Lamont, like I said before, Lamont did a great job.
Yeah, some people had it Tank, some people had it draw, some people had it Lamont. Do you think Tank gets a lot of criticism for not knocking Lamont out and Lamont not being in big names, so they overblow it?
I think so, yeah, and I feel like people just don't like Tank to a point where any little thing, just because he ain't knock him out, he probably feel as though that he lost, and he didn't, or it was a draw. I feel like Tank was doing a lot of smart things in the beginning, moving a little bit too much, but I feel like he was still frustrating him and things like that. And I think Tank did a good job. He looked sharp than me. I don't know. People just be talking. At the end of the day, you can't please everybody.
Were you surprised that Lamont was in spots winning the exchanges and kind of caught Tank with some good shots that he visibly I got to reset?
Yeah.
Veteran trainer Teddy Atlas says that what makes Davis truly dangerous isn't just his power, it's his smart thinking in the ring. Davis doesn't rush. He watches, thinks, and then attacks at the right moment. He can change his style depending on how the fight is going, which makes him hard to predict. If Davis fully uses this skill, Roach will struggle to keep up. Atlas believes this ability to stay calm and adjust quickly could be the key to Davis winning the rematch.
to try to get to us, but we're going to frustrate him. He doesn't get frustrated. He takes his time. He's deliberate. You know, a lot of times at the beginning, people thought he was just a seek and destroy missile. They thought he was just a guy that got to you. And they thought that he would get over anxious. He don't get over anxious. He takes his time. He slowly crosses closes those gaps, you know, inch by inch, step by step, and then he gets to you.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.